आप सुन रहे हैं मेरा पॉडकास्ट इस्माइल। मैं हूं शायद मनवानी एंड आई एम राइट नाउ जॉइंड बाय कश्मीर फर्स्ट फीमेल ladisha। जी हाँ, बिल्कुल, नन अदर देन अरीज। सो अरीज, थैंक यू सो मच अपना टाइम देने के लिए।
Thank you so much, Simon, for having me.
यू नो, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सम रियली सीरियस स्टफ टुडे। हम मेल मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आज हम पहले ज़रा अरीज से जो उनका यूएसपी है, जो उनका यूनिक सेलिंग पॉइंट है, उसके बारे में कुछ जानेंगे। अरीज, यू आर द फर्स्ट फीमेल ladisha ऑफ कश्मीर। फर्स्ट टेल अस, हाउ डज इट फील टू बी अ women doing ladisha stuff, and how does Kashmiri people look at it?
It feels amazing, definitely. जब लोग आपको बोलते हैं you're the first one, you're the pioneer of something, and that too, what makes this feeling great is a woman doing this. So because हमारी society में for a female it's always a challenging part. एक तो चैलेंज ये था कि being the first person doing something like this, और उसके ऊपर फिर being a female, you know, carry yourself being a female in this society, which in itself a big challenge. So I think उस हिसाब से it feels great. I think जो उसके बगैर जो support मिला, I would say एक mixed response था. There are still people who think वो उनके पास अपने reasons हैं इस चीज़ को करने के, लेकिन I would say 90% of the population जो है I have received positive support always. And apart from that, I think मैं अगर even society की बाद में बात करूँ, पहले घर की बात करूँ, घर पे भी मैं कहूँगी I got a mixed response. Some relatives were concerned about this is हमारी society जो है, you know, for a girl सबसे बड़ा चीज़ रहता है कल को रिश्ता आएगा कि नहीं. So कुछ लोगों के लिए ये concern था कल को क्या होगा, रिश्ता आएगा नहीं आएगा. But yeah, I would say above all, my parents have been a major support system for me. So yeah, I think it feels great.
Well, that's really amazing. And आपने अब इतना कुछ डिस्क्राइब किया आपके इस ladisha के सफ़र के बारे में, आपके सपोर्ट के बारे में, तो ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि हम आपके ladisha किससे दो लाइन्स ना सुने? So please, if you have something for us.
Yeah. So this one was about these Google doctors we find today. जो मेरे ख्याल में मुझे बाहर का नहीं पता, लेकिन कश्मीर में I believe हर घर में we have
No doubt.
Google doctors, right? So it goes like this: Assalamu alaikum ladisha, ladisha azdaw hukta sardin bitti has doctor sitte doctor garan mazhaz chusari doctor सारे नई बोर्ड छू ऐसे गूगल डॉक्टर दवा ऐसे छुपा सामा तुम खोला छमो कल जिस न्यूरो माला न्याद दोद वलिस ऐसे लाता जुकाम वलिस सिनारेस्टा बाकी सर से थुको पेरेस माला you see us kathat ladisha dra. So I just narrated few lines.
Amazing.
The whole part you can check it on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's literally amazing. Like, it's so funny and it's so like joyful to hear it. And you just clearly define what ladisha means. आपने उस essence को बिल्कुल बरकरार रखा है. And I really respect this thing that you still haven't forget that all that melody and all that way you're still carrying it out and people still like it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, see, there were two options I had when I listened to ladisha. I got very fascinated by it because, you know, the best thing about this is it has humor and satire both mingled in a single ladisha. Okay.
Yes.
So now there were two things. I was reintroducing the part of our culture, the part of our tradition, which was, I guess, long lost. तो अब जो दो चीज़ें ये थी कि मैं इसको उसी एसेंस के साथ वापस लाऊं, मैं इसको उसी ढांचे में वापस लाऊं, या मैं इसको जो आज we call so called modification of things, हम चीज़ों को कोशिश करते हैं अभी के ढांचे में डालने की. लेकिन मेरे लिए मेन चीज़ ये था कि मैं इसको बिल्कुल उसी रॉ फॉर्म में रखूँ जैसा ये था, बिकॉज आई बिलीव इसमें जो ह्यूमर और सटायर है दैट इज मोर देन इम्पोर्टेंट द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ लडीशा to hold the audience, to grab the audience. So I think that played the part. There were few artists who suggested let's put a background music to it, let's do it with the guitar, let's do it with I have no issue with putting music, I have no issue with guitar. There might be people who would be comfortable with it, but I, being the first female ladisha, I was going to set a legacy. So I didn't want कि मेरे से ये message जाए कि now there's a guitar with ladisha. No, I being the first female, it should always be like she started it as a raw form. अब इसके बाद whoever wants to modify it, they have their own thing. But I personally believe चीज़ों को जितना pure form में रखा जाए उतनी उनकी essence जो है वो बरकरार रहती है.
बेशक I completely agree with your point. And entertainment की बात हो गई, and I request everyone listening to this podcast, I request that you should follow areej on Instagram, because there's some really amazing stuff she puts on, and she does this live every day 10:30 se, so you can even join her there. So yeah, let's now talk about something really informative, what you were talking some weeks back on your live. We were talking about male mental health, and there was this particular topic that you discussed in it, that you were discussing about why can't males cry, why can't they show their emotions freely. So you had a point of view about that. Can we listen to that?
Yeah, see, I deliberately put that topic in the live because मैं चाह रही थी कि क्योंकि मैं वहाँ पे बिल्कुल audience के साथ connect होती हूँ in a very informal manner. You know, it's not any pre-planned topic or anything pre-planned live. Yeah, I connect with people on a very random stuff. ठीक है? तो ये जो था, मैं चाह रही थी कि मैं बिल्कुल लोगों से वो core opinion जानूँ इस चीज़ को लेके. So to sum it up all, I think what I could collect was two important things. सब ये कह रहे थे कि this is a weakness. Crying is a weakness, and I am a male. I am a strong human being. I am a strong individual, and I cannot cry. If I cry, that would be a sign of my weakness. And second, a lot of people was this, that they wanted to cry. Personally, they had no issue with crying, but then they were afraid if people get to know that we cry, we do shed tears, then they'll start mocking us, they'll start teasing us. So I think personally, so these were the opinions. Now what do I feel about it is, there are two things that can play important roles. Firstly, the parenting, and secondly, individual's own point of view, individual's own perspective.
Yes.
How parenting can help is if a parent is able to nurture their child with this upbringing, that crying is a normal human emotion. It has nothing to do with gender. Anyone can cry, and crying is something when you cry. I personally feel when you cry, it's sometimes expressing when you cannot be vocal about your emotions.
Yes,
you just cry,
that's important.
And you feel lighter after crying. So I think that is the thing that we need to teach not only our sons, but our daughters too, because I think it is not just male society playing a part, it's a female society.
No doubt.
I believe even if a girl sees a guy crying, what are you doing? तुम क्या यार ये लड़कियों की तरह रोना शुरू करते हो, तुम तो लड़के हो. So ये ताली एक हाथ से नहीं बजती है, ताली दो हाथों से बजती है. इसमें रोल प्ले करेंगे पेरेंट्स. फिर इसमें इंसान की अपनी इंडिविजुअलिटी है. एक इंसान को अगर ये पता है कि उसका रोने से दिल हल्का होता है तो क्राई. एक सोसाइटी के पास सोसाइटी इतनी पावरफुल आप पे तब होगी जब आप उनको हक देंगे कि वो आपको अफेक्ट करे. अब खैर ये एक अलग लेवल ऑफ सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन में आता है, लेकिन आई थिंक the first and the foremost step is parenting, because अगर हर घर में बच्चा इस तरबियत के साथ बड़ा हो जाए कि crying is a general human emotion, normal basic human emotion, so I think धीरे धीरे society, because who makes society? We make society. You, me, 3, 4, 5, 10 people taken together, we make society. तो जब हर घर में ये बात सिखाई जाएगी, सोसाइटी तक ये बात खुद परचलित हो जाएगी.
Yes, no doubt. डाउट बिल्कुल आपके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बहुत ही क्लियर लगे हमें एंड आई ऑल्सो सपोर्ट दिस थिंग दैट इट्स ओके टू क्राई, इट्स ओके टू नॉट टू बी ओके, बट देयर इज जस्ट वन थिंग दैट समवन शुड बी देयर टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस, क्योंकि दबचना खून चो सुबह खद है अगर अवर इंडिविजुअल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू भी हो, बट everybody needs someone who can say yes, it's okay, who can hug them in some bad time, who can say okay, everything's gonna be normal. It's really important. And your point of view was really clear, and I hope everyone listening to this podcast has understand what you clearly meant and will bring a change, because whatever we say, whatever we do, we have obviously a particular plan to bring a change. We have done our bit, now it's your turn to do your bit. Every listener listen to this podcast, I request that if you're a parent, try to make your children comfortable with such things, with crying. Tell them it's okay to cry. If you're feeling sad, you can cry, you can tell me, be a friend. बिकॉज यू नो कश्मीरी में हम एक पर्टिकुलर चीज़ कहते हैं कि अगर आप फ्रेंड्स कहते हैं हम अपने बच्चों को, लेकिन फिर वही पेरेंटिंग वाला वो टेक्सचर आ जाता है जब कोई सी पर्सनल बात कर देता है बच्चे अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ, तो वही एक चीज़ होती है जो फिर उस बच्चे को रोकता है, अपने पेरेंट्स से दूर करता है, या फिर किसी भी मेंटल हेल्थ की इलनेस में डालता है। अल्लाह बचाए हम सबको इन सब चीज़ों से, अल्लाह ताला कश्मीर पे रहम करे, फ़लस्तीन पे रहम करे। और एट द एंड आपका लेडिशा तो ऑब्वियसली बहुत ही पॉपुलर है, लेकिन अब जब मैंने ये छोटा सा एक पॉडकास्ट स्टार्ट किया है, तो इस पॉडकास्ट के बारे में क्या कहना है, पहले मैं लोगों को भी इस पॉडकास्ट के बारे में बताता हूँ। इस पॉडकास्ट में मैंने जो है बेसिकली ये मोटिव था मेरा कि लोगों को मैं डिप्रेशन और बाकी सब चीज़ों से हटा के शायरी के स्टफ़, इंटरव्यू स्टफ़ और इन सब स्टोरी स्टफ़ में लाऊँ। इसमें मैंने बहुत सारा कंटेंट ऑलरेडी अपलोड कर चुका हूँ, आप उसे चेक कर सकते हैं। तो आपका क्या कहना है इस बारे में, कश्मीर में ऐसी चीज़ें और होनी चाहिए?
ऐसी चीज़ें डेफिनेटली होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज यू आर प्रोवाइडिंग अ प्लेटफॉर्म टू पीपल टू एक्सप्रेस देयर थॉट्स, टू you are connecting someone with a larger audience, so audience are getting to know them and they're getting to put the viewpoint in front of a larger audience. I think ऐसे platforms की definitely ज़रूरत है, इनको channelize करना important है. These platforms, radio have been I think a major source of
no doubt
percolating information,
and we call podcast a digital radio
among masses, exactly, and radio have been the reason for many revolutions in the past. So I think radio has the power, and this podcast thing is now the modification to the same thing. And speaking particularly about you, Shaiman, first of all, let me make it clear that he has not asked me to say anything in his favor. I'm just saying because since I know him, he's a wonderful person and very brave, very courageous, very dedicated, mashallah, very wise in such a young age. Go and follow his even Instagram account. You'll get to know a lot of things over there, and do support him. इंसान जब कुछ करने के लिए उठता है समाज के लिए, ऐसा नहीं है कि उसको सिर्फ उतना ही चाहिए होता है, समाज की वाहवाही चाहिए होती है, लेकिन थोड़ा सा सपोर्ट, थोड़ा सा एनकरेजमेंट हर इंसान को मोटिवेट करता है आगे बढ़ने के लिए. So yeah, Simon, it's always wonderful being with you.
Thank you so much. And everybody listening to this podcast, I request to subscribe to areej. Logical is on YouTube, so you can subscribe her on there, and it's everywhere, almost on every social media platform. Go check it out. And at the end, I want to tell you all the distributions on which our podcast reaches. It's Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radiocast, Wink, Ghana, JioSaavn, and many more. So you can listen to our podcast on these websites also. Stay tuned with Let's Smile. Thank you so much, Areej, once again for giving your time on really short notice. You came into my podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shaiman.
Thank you so much for listening to Let's Smile. You keep listening. This is Shaiman Wani, now signing off. Allah Hafiz.